Okay, everybody join. Then we'll basically start our session. Okay, just switch on the mic and switch on the camera. Priyanka, switch on the mic and switch on the camera. Then we'll basically start our session. It's already, 8, 8, 12. Okay, so today is 29th. So this is the last class from this month, as you can realize. Okay, so send me the homework like whatever you have done, Aniket and Shohili. So in the last week you have missed the class, right, Priyanka? Yes, yes, yes. I have already sent you the class also. Okay, so always try to joining the live class. It will basically help you a lot, and that is basically very very important thing. Monica, switch on the mic and switch on the camera. Priyanka, same to you. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. This is the pattern that I basically told him, to write, Priyanka. This is the way that you need to, decorate your answer script. Okay, so this is the thing. See why you are making MCQ things in each and every classes. Don't do this MCQ things. Okay, just focus on the concept. If you focus on the concept, then you'll be able to answer any kind of question. But if you only focus on the MCQ, if the question is basically come from your MCQ, you'll be able to answer it. Otherwise, minus is waiting for you. This is as simple as that. So Priyanka, never ever focus on single MCQ. Try to focus on the concept, try to focus on the topic, and that is basically required for us. Okay. Don't focus on the MCQ. Focus on the concept. If you focus on the concept from wherever they will ask question, you'll be able to, give the answer, and that is basically required for us. Yeah, I think you got it right. So this is the system that you need to focus. Monica, switch on the mic, switch on the camera. Priyanka, do the same. Okay, so judiciary is extremely important for the exam right now because as you can see, like what is basically happening regarding the high court charges. Okay, so a lot of money is basically are basically recovered from his house. So that's why these things is extremely crucial. So sometimes they can ask question regarding like high court charges and high court system, and that means the judiciary system related question can be asked in the examination. Aniket, I think we have seen the news also, right, Priyanka? So that's why these things is extremely crucial, like regarding the judiciary system, because this is happening right now in India. Okay, I have already gone through your writing, Priyanka, but the thing is we have to do a lot of work. You have written only, with 20, like what can I say, online and MCQ, but that is not because you have to do a lot of work. Okay, try to understand these things. So, okay. This is from 11, class 11. This is not graduation tool. Okay, so the way that you have written, this is class 11, 12 and standard. You need to upgrade it. Okay. From which book you have written these things, Priyanka? শুনতে পাচ্ছ কিছুই তো রেসপন্স করছো না, তো না বললে কি করে বুঝবো আমি? See, we will start from the chapter wise. Okay, we will start from chapter wise. I think that will be better for you. Okay, I will start chapter wise. I think you guys already know about this book. Okay, the CUT PGMA Political Science. Okay, so you need to focus on this part, and that is extremely crucial things because in this book you'll find each and everything which is basically required for us. Okay, for our examination point of view, I need to focus on these things. I think you have seen the question paper of CUT PG 2025, right? Whether you have seen it or not. Can you hear me? Aniket, Priyanka, Chahili. Just switch on the mic and switch on the camera. Recently, CUT PG post graduation exam is basically finished. I think you have seen the question paper also. So we need to focus on that part regarding the CVT PG question paper because this is all India type examination. So question can be asked from this is CVT question CVT examination in our upcoming examination. Like CVT examination is basically finished, right? So we have examination like presidency in other institution. So they can ask question directly from the CVT page, like whatever they have asked in the examination. We need to focus on that part. Shaili, got it? I think you knew like some days ago CVT PG examination is basically finished, right? Regarding the political science, like in our subject. So we need to focus on that part. Okay, like what are the questions that they have asked in the examination. This is extremely crucial. Okay, so and regarding the books, Shirley, what are the books that you have basically bought as you are basically called me on that day? So tell me like what are the books that you basically bought from the market?
কত পাঠিয়েছিলেন অসিত কুমার
ওকে তুমি নিয়ে আসো, তুমি কি কি কিনেছো দেখাও, তাহলে আমি বুঝতে পারবো। না বলে তুমি নিয়ে আসো তাহলে। প্রিয়াঙ্কা, রেসপন্স করো, বুঝতে পারছো প্রিয়াঙ্কা? ওকে, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, বেশ, সেটা হচ্ছে তোমার সিএটি ডিজিটাল, খুব ভালো কথা। Next, yes, yes, yes. This is the book that I am talking about. This book is best for Indian political thought. Whether you are in graduation, whether you are in post graduation, whatever, or PhD also, this book will basically help you a lot. Okay, Ashok Kumar Mukhopadhyay is basically very good writer in Indian political thought, not in Western political thought. In Western political thought, Amol Kumar Mukhopadhyay is basically best. Yes, Shobhanal Dattagupta is basically good writer, but in simple language, you will find like Amol Kumar Mukhopadhyay is basically best as far as the simple language is concerned. If you want to read it in Bengali, okay, and there are so many writer like English writer is basically there, but as you are preparing in Bengali, yes, 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 Bharatiya Rashtradosh, okay, Pranadip Kumar Mohapatra, yes, yes. আন্তর্জাতিক সম্পর্ক কার্ডটা কিনেছো, আচ্ছা এটা কেন কিনলে, এটা আমাকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারতে, ঠিক
না
আছে?
না এটা কিনিনি, এটা আমার কাছে ছিল।
ও আচ্ছা 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 আচ্ছা, দেখো আন্তর্জাতিক সম্পর্ক হচ্ছে তোমার মুখার্জি দুটো ম্যাম আছেন, ওনাদের লেখা বই, খুব সিম্পল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে পাবে তুমি, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, ওটা নিয়ে আছে এখানে আমার সামনে, কার্ডটা তোমাকে দেখাতে হবে। That book is basically best for IR as far as the simple language is concerned. আচ্ছা না আসলে বইটা আমার সামনে এখন নেই, ঠিক আছে, তুমি যেহেতু কিনে নিয়েছো মোটামুটি ঠিক আছে। Okay, but the thing is, as far as the examination is concerned, they will ask question from, like current affairs. As far as the entrance exam is concerned, they will never ever ask theory. Okay, so they will ask current affairs like basically what is happening right now in India and the world. So that's why I basically told you, regarding the age joy Shankar. So if you just focus on that book, multiple questions will be asked from this area. Okay, because that is basically happening right now, and IR is based on current affairs. So we need to focus on that things also. Okay, this book is applicable for
ওই
theory.
দেবেন তো
হ্যাঁ, কি বলছো?
একটা বললেন এস জয়শঙ্কর নাকি এস জে?
ও ডক্টর, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
So this is the we need to focus regarding basic book. Okay, প্রিয়াঙ্কা সুইচ অন করো, মাইক অন করো, মানিকের সেম। দেখো সহেলি যা যা প্রবলেম আছে সে কিন্তু ক্লিয়ার করে নিচ্ছে। এখন তোমরা না টাইপ করে কিছু বলছো, না ক্যামেরা অন করে কিছু বলছো, কি করে বুঝবো, তাই না? ট্রাই টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দিস থিংস। সহেলি কিন্তু সব ক্লিয়ার করে নিচ্ছে, আর যেখানে যা যা প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, যা যা কনফিউশন হচ্ছে, বাট ইউ আর নট ডুইং দিস থিংস। কি করে হবে বলো, তা না হলে কি করে? আচ্ছা, আর কি কিনেছো সহেলি? হোয়াট আর দ্য বুকস দ্যাট ইউ হ্যাভ পারচেজড এক্সেপ্ট দিস? নাথিং?
আর কিছু কিনতে
All good together. Okay, okay, okay. ঠিক আছে। So yes, so these are the books are basically okay. And regarding the governance, you can buy this book. This book is basically good. Okay. চক্রবর্তী সরকার নাগ, ভারতের শাসন ব্যবস্থা ও রাজনীতি, their book concerned।
ভারতের শাসন ব্যবস্থার রাজনীতির একটা ভালো বই আমি দেখে রেখেছি, আপনাকে পাঠাবো ফটো, একটু দেখবেন তো।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, এটা হচ্ছে খুব সিম্পল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ। দেখো বই প্রচুর আছে বাজারে, হাজার হাজার বই শেষ নেই। But we need to focus on simple language, like how we can evaluate these things. Okay, as we are going for higher education, দেখো হাইফাই ডায়লগ দিতে সবাই পড়ে, কত সিম্পল ওয়েতে কে বোঝাতে পারছে, দ্যাট বেসিক্যালি ডিফাইন ইউর ক্যারেক্টার অর ইউর কনসেপ্ট or point of view. If you have a clear cut concept regarding any subject, then you can discuss these things in simple fashion. And if you don't know, then you will say useless bullshit. This is the main thing in life. Okay, যে জানে না উল্টো পাল্টা এদিক ওদিক বলতে থাকে, আর যে জানে টু দা পয়েন্টে যতটুকু দরকার ততটুকুই বলে। ঠিক আছে, তো এই জিনিসটা বুঝতে হবে, তার জন্য রাইটারের অভাব নেই মার্কেটে। বাট ইউ নিড টু ফোকাস অন দ্য বেস্ট, লাইক হুইচ ইজ বেসিক্যালি বেস্ট ফর মি। আচ্ছা স্যার, প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার পেপার সলভ করান টপিক বাই টপিক। ওকে, প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, বুঝতে পেরেছি, সেটা তুমি বলছো। ওকে ঠিক আছে, বাট আগে তো কনসেপ্ট ক্লিয়ার করতে হবে, তারপরে তো প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার কোশ্চেন, তাই না? আগে সিলেবাস তো কভার করতে হবে প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ারের। সে ঠিক আছে, সেগুলো আমরা করবো, বাট উই হ্যাভ নট কভার দ্য সিলেবাস অনলি। ওকে, সবে ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল ফিলোসফি নিয়ে আমরা ডিসকাস করছিলাম। উই হ্যাভ ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল থিওরি, আইআর, গভর্নেন্স, কম্পারেটিভ গভর্নমেন্ট and politics, public policy. There are so many topics that we basically have. Yes, I can do these things. Okay, but the thing is this: first of all, we need to focus on the syllabus. First of all, we need to cover the syllabus. Then we will basically focus. ওকে, যেরকম ধরো তোমার আগের দিন বলেছিলে যে ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থট নিয়ে আমরা কভার করেছিলাম। ওকে, তো সেরকম অন্যান্য কোনো কোনো টপিক থাকলে আমাকে সেগুলো বলবে। ওকে, দেন উইল বেসিক্যালি ডিসকাস অ্যাবাউট দ্যাট টপিক। উইল ফোকাস অন প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার কোশ্চেন, no problem at all. But the thing is this: first of all, we need to focus on the core issues, like what is basically required for us, like what are the topics that we basically have. We need to cover these things in detailed fashion, and after that we can do these things. Okay, Aniket, I think you got it right. Yes, obviously we'll do this, no issues. Yes, 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 definitely we'll do like the previous year things. But the thing is this: first of all, we need to finish the syllabus, and that is basically very very important. And regarding the current affairs, what are the things that you have done? আচ্ছা শৈলী, কি কি করেছো কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স এর জন্য?
কি করেছি, কিছু তো করিনি।
হ্যাঁ বলো, আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
বললাম কিছুই তো করিনি। আপনি জাস্ট আগের দিন বললেন না কোন কোন রাইটার, মানে তাদের কি কি বই, আমি শুধু ওটার একটা চার্ট করেছি।
ওহো, না না না, দেখো কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স তো করতে হবে। ওকে, because current affairs question, 50 to 60% question will be based on current affairs. 50 to 60%, whatever institution that you are appearing, doesn't matter. 50 to 60% question will be based on current affairs as far as political science or IR is concerned. Okay, so you need to focus these things. So that's why I told you, to follow the newspaper. Are you following the newspaper like the Hindu? You have arranged it or not?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
Arranged. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Try to do these things. প্রিয়াঙ্কা বলো, মাইক অন করে বলো, ক্যামেরা অন করে বলো, টাইপ করো, কিছু করো, না হলে কি করে আমি বলবো বলো? আচ্ছা, অনেকে দেখে, আচ্ছা অনেকে দেখি কি করছো। Then we'll basically focus on this system. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তুমি এই কোশ্চেনগুলো কিছুর উপর বেস করে লিখছো। ডু ইউ থিংক মাস্ট বিলিভ ইন বিউরোক্রেসি জাস্টিফাই ইওর অ্যান্সার? আচ্ছা, এখানে কোথাকার কোশ্চেন এগুলো? অনেকে টাইপ করছো কেন? পাবলিক অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন বসে সে আমিও জানি, আমি সেটা বলছি না। আই এম আস্কিং from which area you have taken this question, like in which examination they have asked this. See, try to understand, we are not preparing for semester. Okay, we are not preparing for semester, so that is very different. We are preparing for exam or basically entrance exam. So there is a clear cut difference regarding these two things. Okay, and I need to understand this part. So as I told you, try to focus in this way. See, you have written like Karl Marx. So, but you need to write down like in which year he was born, 1818 and 1883. So this is the way that you need to, approach this kind of important personality. As we are going for higher education, this kind of data should be there. You cannot write Karl Marx. We are not writing class 11 question. We are writing third year last exam, right? So you need to write down in detail like who is Karl Marx. So Karl Marx in bracket you need to write down in which year he was born, in which year he was died, and what are the books that he has written. and you need to underline these things, and after that you need to start your answer. So that should be the standard of our question. Aniket, I think you're getting my point. Forget about everything. If you are starting your point, you need to start your writing in this fashion. This way you can, correct the examiner that yes, this you have a clear cut idea regarding the subject, and that is basically required as we are going for post graduation, right? So this is not the way, to write or something like that. Aniket, I think you're getting my point. So that kind of perfection should be there whenever we are writing like broad type question. বুঝতে পারলে? Yes, yes, yes. That is basically required because we are going for perfection. So this is basically very, very important thing that we need to understand. Like it may be other, Boda, Jack Rousseau, okay, or whatever John Locke, okay, whatever the philosopher is this. So you need to write down in detail. Like whenever you are starting your question answer, so this is the terms and conditions that you need to follow whenever you are writing broad type question. As I told you, in our previous session also, right? Suppose if you are writing any topic in broader manner, this is the pattern that you need to focus. Like intro, historical background, okay, current issue, okay, main topic. Next, uh, your point of view. So this is the pattern that you need to write whenever you are approaching any broad type issue or topic, and that is basically required. As you have written like broad type question, okay, Aniket, this is applicable for each and everyone. Surely try to understand. So whenever you are writing any broad type issue or broad type question, this is the pattern that you need to avoid by, and that is basically very, very crucial thing. You can surely Priyanka write it down. So what is the versus introduction, historical background, current issue? That means regarding the topic. Main topic like whatever topic that they are basically asking, we need to write down these things. And next, we need to write in your point of view, like what you are thinking regarding that issues or topic. Then this is the way that you need to focus on. And whenever you are starting your topic, you need to start from important quotation. That will basically catch the attention of the examiner. That yes, these dude or these girl basically gone to the subject in detailed manner. That's why he or she can recall the quotation of Karl Marx or something like that. অনিকেত, am I clear? সবাই বুঝতে পারছো আমি কথাগুলো কি বলছি? This is the thing. We are not going to pass in a semester. Okay, we are going to get highest rank. So this is the clear cut difference that you need to understand, like how to catch the attention. Where attention is the ultimate thing that will help us to destroy the competition. Because if you are getting 6 rank, your seat is gone. As far as presidency is concerned, if you are getting more than 12 rank, your seat is gone in Jadavpur. So in this way, you need to prepare. Soilen ব্যাপারটা বোঝাতে পারলাম? Like in which way you need to, yes, yes, yes. This is the way that you need to focus. Aniket, just write down the terms and conditions like whatever just told you. Okay? Clear holo? Priyanka, I think you got it, right? So this is the way that we need to start our, writing. If you are writing in a broad type thing regarding any topic or something like that, this is the way to catch the attention, and attention is everything. Okay. So long as you understand the first what is the attention of the অনেকের মাইকটা অন করে বলো, এভাবে টাইপ করে হয় না, তাই না? তাহলে তোমাকে আমি ডিটেইলে বুঝাতে পারি জিনিসগুলো যে কি কি চেঞ্জ করা দরকার। ওকে, জাস্ট সুইচ অন দ্য মাইক এন্ড টেল মি মার্কস এন্ড রিজল্ট ক্লাস এসে স্টার্ট অফ দি এই যে coming 187. দেখো চেক করে দেখো, রিভাইজ করবে। ওকে অনিকেত, see whenever you are writing just revise these things. Okay, Paris Community is published in which year? দেখে বলো। They are not written in the correct one. Okay, so just check it. ভুল লিখেছে এখানে, দেখো দেখে বোঝা যাচ্ছে না। দেখো information article. Okay. Just write it like that. Just write the terms and conditions, just whatever I have written in the book. So this is the thing that you need to apply for each and every topic. That will help you to cover any type of question, whether it is paragraph, whether it is answering comprehension, whether it is essay that they will ask in the examination, and whether it is MCQ. Okay, it will basically help you for each and everything. Okay, so this is the pattern that you need to focus. Yes, yes, yes. ঠিক আছে, তুমি দেখো এখানে বলেছো ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু দেখো এখানে তুমি 187 লিখেছো, দেখছো অনেক, চেক করো। এগুলো তার জন্য আমি বলেছি you need to revise these things whenever you have written something. You need to revise like whether I have written it proper manner or not. Okay, so what happened in after 100 years, that was independence of Bangladesh, 1971. In 1871 this book was basically published. So in this way you need to recall, try to understand, because as a student of social science, Aniket, Shahili, and Priyanka, we need to recall many year, date, okay, and incident. So if you focus in this way, it will help you to recall the date, year, and month. So this is the system that you need to focus. Otherwise, there will be problem. Okay. Yes, yes. That is the thing. There is extremely crucial. Okay. Not the public administration. So the government, the border. And as I told you, see, whenever you are writing something, you need to, write down like the how many words that you have written and how many time that you have consumed to write these things. You need to write these things in each and every writing for your preparation. Okay, it will help you to realize like whether I should increase my speed or not. Okay, Aniket. So whenever you are writing something at your home only, try to write down these things, like how much time that you have consumed or how many words are there. Okay, because we have limited word system in JEE. Okay, so we need to focus. Civil justice, yes, yes, civil justice, correct, 1971. দেখো, আগের দিনও তুমি এই টাইপের এটা নিয়ে লিখতে, মানে ব্যুরোক্রেসি নিয়ে তোমার সেই সব লিখলে, আজকেও তুমি সেই হিসাবে, বাট অন্যান্য টপিকে তো আমাদের কভার করতে হবে, তাই না? গভর্নমেন্ট কলেকশন সলিউশন, সেই তো বেসিক জিনিস আসবে। Article 0. See, whenever you are writing the article, you need to underline these things. Okay, that will help us to catch the attention. Like Article 315 that we have written regarding the UPSC. So you need to write down these things. And whenever you are writing regarding these things, you need to write down like who is the current UPSC chairman. That is required. Okay, because in the exam they can ask these things in the entrance. Like who is the recent or the current UPSC chairman. So you need to focus on these things. If you can't realize, tell me. Yes, yes. Okay, Aniket, দেখো আমি দেখেছি তোমার writing. See, the thing is this, you are solely focused on the governance, as I can see. In our previous session also you have written regarding governance, or today also you have written regarding governance, but that is okay. If you have a problem regarding governance, you can practice. But the thing is this, what are the topics that you are facing problem whenever you are preparing at home? Tell me, there will be still cover on that topic also, no issue. Okay, and regarding Priyanka, what are the topics that you are basically facing problem at your home? You can ask me now, we'll basically discuss about that part. Same as Sahil also, we'll start from the text 2. Okay, we'll start from the uh, first chapter that we basically have. As in our previous session we have discussed regarding the problem that we basically had. uh, Now, from today onwards, we basically focus on chapter wise, okay, or you can say topic wise. That will cover each and everything. Because first of all, we need to cover the whole syllabus, and then we need to focus on the yes, yes, Western political thought and theory. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, you have this. Okay, so you have covered Western political thought and theory. Okay, okay, very good. Okay. So regarding the terms and condition, I think you got it right, Aniket, like in which way you need to focus. Okay. You are solely focused on like regarding writing broad type question, that is basically okay, but this is the pattern that if you focus, it will help you. You are focusing on certain question, but my suggestion is, Aniket, try to focus on concept of each and every chapter. You are solely focusing on question. the way that you have written, this is basically question answer related thing. But I am asking Oniket, whenever you are preparing for certain chapter, you need to focus on each and every topic, and then you need to make short summary. That will basically give us maximum interest, and that is basically required for us. Oniket, am I clear? বুঝতে পারলে আমি কি বললাম? So this is the way that we need to focus. It will basically, yes. It will basically save your time and you can cover multiple area, and that is basically required. Okay. We have to play smartly, and that is basically required. Okay. Regarding Aniket, so this is the thing that you need to focus, and perfection is required. Sir, in which I can, write in perfect manner, as I basically told you, you need to give each and every detail. You need to recall each and every detail, and that is required because in post graduation they basically want your conceptual clarity. They basically want to see these things, so that's why data should be there, right? As our subject is basically based on data, so we need to focus on like what basically happened where, and who is inspired by whom, and who basically criticized whom. So in this way we basically connected with each other, right? So we need to focus on this part. So if you summarize these things, it will basically help you to recall much more data, and that is basically very very important. Okay, অনিকেত, ক্লিয়ার? মাইক অন করো, সবাই মাইক অন করো, ক্যামেরা অন করো। প্রিয়াঙ্কা, কোনো প্রবলেম কি তোমার? কিছু বলছো না? কোনো সমস্যা? রেসপন্স করো, না হলে কি করে হবে? Okay, so suppose we will basically start from chapter number 1, okay, or you can say like from this book, okay. We are basically focus on the book, and I will tell you like in which way you need to prepare, and what are the terms and conditions that you need to focus, and what are the terms and conditions that you need to avoid. Okay. As in our previous session, we basically discussed regarding like the topic that you have asked. Now we'll basically focus on step by step. Okay. স্যার, আজকে ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল থট পড়া না, আজকে ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল থট সেগুলো দেখাবো পরে, আমি আগে প্যাটার্নটা বলে নিই। ঠিক আছে, তারপর আস্তে 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 আমরা এগোবো। সবই আমরা করাবো, টেনশন করার কোনো ব্যাপার নেই অনেকে, সবই কভার করা হবে। আচ্ছা প্রিয়াঙ্কা, বলো। আচ্ছা প্রিয়াঙ্কা বলো, মাইক অন করো, ক্যামেরা অন করে বলো। এক কথা বলবো, তাও কিছু করছো না। Okay, so you have written okay book. Acha, acha. The Prince 1532. Discourse on the 1532. The art of what kind. Okay. আচ্ছা, আপনি এগুলো লিখেছেন, ঠিক আছে। রাজনৈতিক বাংলা বললাম, ওকে। আচ্ছা, বইয়ের নামগুলো লিখেছেন নাকি? লিভিয়াথান মডেল, থমাস হাউস, তারপর স্টেট অফ নেচার আছে। আচ্ছা, এবং কিন্তু কোন ইয়ারে কি কি হয়েছিল এগুলো কিন্তু খেয়াল করো, ঠিক আছে? কে কার দ্বারা ইনফ্লুয়েন্স হচ্ছে। শৈলী, শুনতে পাচ্ছ? এদিকে শোনো, শৈলী কি বলছো, খুব ভালো করে ফোকাস করো। রিগার্ডিং দ্য ওয়ে দ্যাট ইউ হ্যাভ রিটেন, ওকে। দেখো এখানে যে জিনিসটা দরকার শৈলী, তুমি খুব শর্টে করছো তাই তো, মানে জিনিসটা ঠিক আছে, বাট তুমি যদি মনে রাখতে পারো তাহলে সুবিধা হবে। সাপোজ ইউ হ্যাভ রিটেন রিগার্ডিং থমাস হবস, ঠিক আছে? সো if you are making short note regarding Thomas Hobbes, in which year he was born, in which year he has died, in which country he belongs to, what are the books that he has written, and if he basically got any prizes, like what are the prizes that he basically got. So these are the things that we need to write after Thomas Hobbes. Okay, that will basically help you to recall each and everything, and this is the smart way. This is the smart way that you can use for your preparation. It will cover each and everything regarding Thomas Hobbes or whatever the political philosopher that may be. Okay, Aniket, got it? বুঝতে পারলে? This is the way you can save your time, but you can recall each and everything. Okay. Suppose in which year Leviathan was basically passed. Okay, so you have written, because in examination they have asked these things. Yes, this is the thing. Okay. In 1688, glorious revolution in England was basically happened. They have asked this question in previous year in CVT. Okay. Glorious revolution in England was happened in which year? So this is the way that we need to focus. ব্যাপার বুঝতে না পারলে বলবে, যত কোশ্চেন জিজ্ঞেস করবে তত তোমার মঙ্গল, তত আমার কাছ থেকে নিতে পারো। Okay. John Locke. Okay. So suppose whenever you are writing John Locke, in which year he was born. Okay. See, try to recall the pattern. Okay. Right. born, অনেকে ফোকাস করো, ওকে, which country he belongs to, okay. Next, what are the books that he has written, in which year it was basically published, okay. If he basically criticized anyone or inspired by someone, we need to write down their name. Criticized or inspired by some books or anything, so we need to write down these things. Now, his theory name, theories, their issues. Okay. Suppose like in marketing and stateless society, this is the main concept that we need to focus on. In this term, then you can realize like what is the field is all about. Okay, so in this way we need to write down. So for example, there is a question of who to source or public administration. How should I present my answer? Like what particular details on okay, Woodrow Wilson public administration. Like what is the point of view of Woodrow Wilson? We need to write down. Okay, first of all, we need to write down who is Woodrow Wilson. Okay, from which country he belongs to, like what are the in which you are born and died. Okay, so and what are the books that he have written? He has written. We need to write down this part, and according to Woodrow Wilson, okay. So 14 principles basically there. So what are the 14 principles that he basically have regarding public administration? We need to write down these things in detail, and that is the clear cut direct answer that you are basically talking about. But they will never ever ask this kind of direct answer in entrance. See why you are asking like semester related question. This question is basically based on semester, okay? Okay. But I think you got it. Like in which way they will ask, you have to give the answer. অনিকেত বুঝতে পারলে? In this way you can write like clear cut answer. Like who is Woodrow Wilson or which country he belongs to. Okay. Like regarding the Woodrow Wilson, what are the 14 principles? Yes, 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 yes. What are the 14 principles that he basically has? Now, indirectly we need to write down things and nothing else. You don't need to connect like yeah, our Indian governance things because they are not asking this part. But this is semester wise question. This question will be not, they will never were asked in entrance. My point is this, Aniket, try to differentiate the preparation. Don't focus on semester. We are not focusing semester. Try to focus on the concept. Try to focus on the topic. Try to came out from the semester preparation. Try to understand whatever I am saying. Because they will never ever ask this question in your answer in your entrance. ব্যাপারটা বোঝাতে পারছি অনেকে you are focusing on the semester but try to realize these things in entrance. They will ask question from first semester to sixth semester. Whatever topic that you have, they will ask each and every question. বুঝতে পারলে ব্যাপারটা? So don't confuse this thing, then there will be problem. Try to understand. Okay. Acha, as Soil is basically asking, sir, in which way I need to write down. So this is the way. Suppose if you are focusing on some writer, so this is the way that you need to write, or you need to summarize the topic. Like what? Like the writer. Okay, suppose we are focusing on Jaja Crusoe. Okay, as we have it said, right? Jaja Crusoe. Like you are a philosopher, so you need to focus like in which year he was born, in which year he was died, which country he belongs to, books that he has written. Okay, like in which year that book got published. Okay, and if he is basically criticized by someone, who are they? And if he is basically inspired by someone, who are they? Okay, these are the topic that we need to recall for the exam, and you can cover each and everything, whether they are asking MCQ or whether they are asking broad type question. It will cover each and everything. প্রিয়াঙ্কা আচ্ছা এতক্ষণে তুমি রেসপন্স করলে আচ্ছা কি প্রবলেম হচ্ছিল প্রিয়াঙ্কা এই 1 ঘন্টা হয়ে গেছে না কিছু বলছো না আমি কিছু বুঝতে পারছি না হোয়াট হ্যাপেন মাইকটা অন করো কিছু রেসপন্স না করলে আমি কি করে বুঝবো বলো যে আমি যা বলছি বা করছি সেগুলো তুমি বুঝতে
স্যার
পারছো
আপডেট
কিনা
দেখাচ্ছে, আপডেট করতে পারছি না স্যার, তাই জন্য মাইক আর অনই হচ্ছে না, মাইক আর ক্যামেরা
একটা তো
দুটোই অন হচ্ছে না।
বুঝতে পারছি তো একটা তো আপডেট করে রাখতে হবে তাই না কারণ এগুলো রেগুলার আপডেট
স্যার
আসতেছে
আপডেট
বলে
করতে চাই, হ্যাঁ প্রতিদিন তাহলে আপডেট করতে হবে স্যার, আপডেট করছি হতে চাইছে না, তাই জন্য
হ্যাঁ
প্রবলেম
মোবাইলে
হচ্ছে।
প্রবলেম কি করতে হয় এরকম মাঝে মাঝে হয় মোবাইলে তখন রিবুট করতে হয় মোবাইলটা, ঠিক আছে? মোবাইলটা রিবুট করে দেন ইউ ক্যান আপডেট দ্য অ্যাপ। কারণ এই অ্যাপগুলো বিভিন্ন অ্যাপই রেগুলার আপডেট হয়। তাহলে তুমি যদি আপডেট করে রাখো তাহলে এই টাইপের প্রবলেম হয় না, তাই না? বুঝতে পেরেছো? এগুলো আপডেট করে রাখো, নাহলে তো সমস্যা। ওকে, রাইট ইট ডাউন। This is the pattern that you can focus and it will cover each and every question. Like if you are asking plot type question or MCQ. অনেকে বুঝতে পারলে, suppose you have regarding marks. Okay, so now in which are he was basically called. Okay, angles should be there as they are basically connected with each other. Okay, next one directly country he belongs to. Books he has written, like what are the books that he has written. Okay, and in which are the book or basically published. If he basically criticized some people who are there, and if he is basically inspired by someone like Hegel and all. Okay, we need these things. Okay, next we need to write down these things and yes, so these are the things that we need to focus. Their book name and what they have done. So these are the issues that we need to focus for the political thinker. Okay. আচ্ছা, শৈলী বুঝতে পারলে জিনিসটা যে কোন কোন জিনিসগুলো আসতে মানে নিয়ে আসতে হবে জিনিসগুলো। এইভাবে তুমি যদি লেখো শর্ট সামারি, এটা কিন্তু মাত্র 10 লাইনের মধ্যে কভার হয়ে যাচ্ছে। But you can cover the whole issue regarding each and every political thinker because we have so many political thinker, right? ঠিক আছে? তো এই জিনিসগুলো কিন্তু তোমার সেই হিসাবে দরকার। সেপারেশন অফ পাওয়ার যেরকম লিখেছো, এই যে মধ্যস্থ, তোমার সেই হিসাবে কারণে পয়েন্ট ওয়াইজ লিখেছো, এইটাই হচ্ছে খুব স্মার্ট ওয়ে কভার করা। তাহলে এমসিকিউ আমার কভার হচ্ছে মানে এক দিলে দুই পাখি মারা। As a student of political science, we need to do smartly. Okay. So this is the thing that students of government BSS. In the exam, they will ask this book name. হ্যাঁ, বলো সোহেল।
বলছি এই যে আমরা যে রাইটারের নাম লিখছি বা যা কিছু প্রত্যেকটা আমি ওখানে দিয়েছি না এক একটা তার বইয়ের নাম আর ডিটেলসে, কিন্তু ওখানে মানে যখন আমি ওই এক্সামে আমার প্রশ্নগুলো আসে ওটা তো আমার গ্রাজুয়েশন লেভেলে আমি ঠিক যা যা যে রাইটারের যা বই পড়েছি ওই হিসেবে কোশ্চেন আসে না এটার বাইরে থেকেও কিছু আসে?
তোমার কোশ্চেন আমি বুঝতে পারলাম না কি বলছো, মানে এক্সামে কি টাইপের কোশ্চেন আসবে?
না না, মানে দেখুন আমরা যেমন গ্রাজুয়েশন আমি পড়েছি, যেমন আমরা ম্যাকিয়াভেলি বা প্রিন্সের ওপরে পড়েছি, পড়েছি।
হ্যাঁ,
এর বাইরেও
then,
এখানে দেখুন আমি অনেকগুলো বইয়ের নাম লিখেছি যেটা আমি পড়িনি বা আমার
আচ্ছা,
সিলেবাসে যেগুলো ছিল না, তো
হুম,
ওগুলোর ওপর প্রশ্ন।
ও না, 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 এখানে ধরো যখন কোশ্চেন আসবে, ধরো কোনো পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কার হলো, কি কি সে বই লিখেছে এইটুকু, তার বইয়ের ডিটেল আসবে না, যেটা তোমার সিলেবাসে ছিল সেই তার মধ্যে থেকেই আসবে, বাকি জায়গা থেকে আসছে না। ঠিক আছে? সাপোজ ধরো তুমি প্রিন্স পড়েছো বললে, ঠিক আছে? তো প্রিন্সের যতটুকু আমাদের সিলেবাসে ছিল তার মধ্যে থেকেই আসবে। আর মেকিয়াভেলি প্রিন্স লিখেছিল, কত সালে লিখেছিল, এইটুকুই আসবে। মেকিয়াভেলি আর যে বই লিখছে তার সেখান থেকে তোমার কিছু এক্সামে আসবে না। বুঝতে পারলে? সাপোজ দেখো এই যে টু ডিগ্রিজ অফ গভর্নমেন্ট তুমি লিখেছো, এখানে বইয়ের নামটাই তোমার এক্সামের জন্য ঠিক আছে, ওই বইতে কি আছে তার তার ইম্পর্টেন্ট না, বা তা তোমার সেই হিসাবে আসবে না, যেহেতু সেগুলো আমাদের সিলেবাসে নেই। শৈলী ক্লিয়ার হলো কথাটা?
এটা এই যে আপনি জন লকের পেজটা আমি যে আপনাকে পাঠিয়েছি ওখানে একটু যান, একটা জিনিস দেখুন। তিনি
আচ্ছা,
আমি
হ্যাঁ, ওই
লিখেছি,
যে টোটাল কন্ট্রাক্ট থিওরি।
হ্যাঁ ওখানে দেখুন তিনি আমি একটা বইয়ের নাম লিখেছি আর লেটার কনসার্নিং টলারেশন। এটা কিন্তু গ্রাজুয়েশনে আমি পড়িনি এখনো অব্দি, তো বইয়ের নাম কি এরকম চলে আসবে বাইরে থেকে?
বইয়ের নাম আসতে পারে হচ্ছে যে রাইটার সে কি কি বই লিখেছে কতটুকুই আসবে। তাহলে জন লক আমার সিলেবাসে আছে, পয়েন্টটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করো। জন লক আমার সিলেবাসে আছে, সে কি কি বই লিখেছে সে বইয়ের নামটাই আমার খেয়াল রাখতে হবে। ওই বইতে কি আছে দ্যাট ইজ নট রিকোয়ার্ড। পয়েন্ট বুঝতে পারলে আমি কি বললাম? ধরো সাপোজ অন্যান্য যে পলিটিক্যাল থিওরি তোমার যেগুলো আছে বা যে যে পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কার আমাদের আছে, হবস আছে ধরো, ঠিক আছে? হেল লেভিয়াথান তুমি সেই হিসেবে এখানে লিখেছো, তা অন্যান্য বইও তো তোমার সেই হিসেবে লিখেছে। কোন বই কি কি লিখেছে সেটা কবে পাবলিশ হয়েছে, বেশ ততটুকুই দরকার, আর কিছু না। ওই বইতে কি লিখেছে ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার অন্যান্য বইতে, কারণ সিলেবাসে নেই। আমাদের সিলেবাসে কি আছে? ধরো শুধু হবস আছে, সেই হবসের বেসিক যে থিওরিটা সেইটুকু আছে, ঠিক আছে? তো আর হবস কি কি বই লিখেছে সেটা আছে, বইয়ের নামটা আছে আর কবে পাবলিশ হয়েছে, বেস্ট। we need to focus on this only, nothing else. ক্লিয়ার হলো সবাই? বুঝতে পারলে ব্যাপার? যতটুকু সিলেবাসে আছে সিলেবাসের মধ্যে থেকেই কোশ্চেন হবে, বাইরে থেকে কিচ্ছু জিজ্ঞেস করবে না, কিচ্ছু না। সিলেবাস কি হয়েছে স্যার, মানে ফার্স্ট সেম থেকে 6 সেম অবধি যা যা তুমি পড়েছো, তার মধ্যে ধরো যে সকল পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কার আছে, ঠিক আছে, যতটুকুই আছে পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কার, কারণ এক একটা পলিটিক্যাল থেকে বহু বহু কাজ করেছে, আমাদের কোনো দরকার নেই, যেটা আমাদের সিলেবাসে আছে ওই পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কারের, এবং তার উপর বেস করে যে বইটা সে লিখেছে তাকে হচ্ছে সেটাই হচ্ছে মনে রাখবে, বাকি ইউজলেস, মানে আমাদের এক্সামের পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ। ক্লিয়ার হলো কনফিউশন? তাহলে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ একদম।
yeah, so yes, yes. This is the thing that we do. Focus, nothing else. To release of government or general of controlling, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা some person, ঠিক আছে, এইভাবে তুমি সেই সময় কথা লিখো। এই যে যেরকম যা ওই যাবে যা যা ঘুষের কথা লিখছো, এই যেটা বললাম যা যা ঘুষে যখন তুমি লিখছো, কবে জন্মেছে কবে মারা গেছে, এই জিনিসগুলো তোমার সেই সময় করা দরকার। ওকে, কোন কান্ট্রি থেকে বিলং করছে, তো এই যে যে ভাবে বললাম, এই যে প্যাটার্নটা তুমি ফোকাস করো, ইট উইল কভার ইচ আর এভরি এমসিকিউ। কারণ খালি যাদবপুর বাদে আর সব জায়গায় এমসিকিউ আসছে, তার মানে কি অপশন আমার চোখের সামনে আছে, পয়েন্ট বোঝো। Our main aim is to crack the exam with highest rank. So in the examination, the answer is in front of us, right? Because most of the question are MCQ. So answer is in front of us. We need to find out the right one within this ABCD. So if you have a clear idea regarding that writer or that topic, then you'll be able to find out the right options within this ABCD. So if you focus on this fashion, it will basically cover each and everything. Aniket, you got my point, right? বোঝা গেল কি বললাম আমি? মাইকটা অন করো। সোশ্যাল কন্ট্যাক্ট, এই যে তুমি যেভাবে লিখেছো, এই যে ধরো যদি এক্সামে কোশ্চেন আসে দ্য সোশ্যাল কন্ট্যাক্ট, দিস বুক ওয়াজ বেসিক্যালি পাবলিশড ইন হুইচ ইয়ার, এই টাইপের হচ্ছে তোমার সেই সময় কোশ্চেন আসার সম্ভাবনা তোমার রয়েছে। ওকে, এমিলি ইন হুইচ ইয়ার এমিলি ওয়াজ বেসিক্যালি পাবলিশড, or এমিলি ইজ বেসিক্যালি রিটেন বাই হুম, দিস ইজ দ্য কোশ্চেন দ্যাট দে ক্যান আস্ক। ওকে, ক্লিয়ার হলো জিনিসটা? দিস ইজ দ্য ওয়ে দ্যাট উই নিড টু ফোকাস। ইমানুয়েল কান্ট, ওকে, এটিক অফ দ্য see, you have written one list for question political thinker. You need to write down the book list also. Like what are the books that they have written in single pages. Then it will help you to recall the data. শৈলী বুঝতে পারলে? ধরো তুমি যেভাবে করেছো না যে মডার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থেকে ওয়েস্টার্ন যে পার্টে তাদের লিস্ট তৈরি করেছো, কবে জন্মেছে কবে মরেছে লিস্ট করেছো, খুব ভালো কথা। ঠিক সেম ভাবে আমাদের ওই সকল রাইটারে কি কি বই তারা লিখেছে এবং সে কোন ইয়ারে সেটা পাবলিশ হয়েছে। Yes. This is applicable for each and everybody. অনেকের শৈলী Janka, because this type of question will be asked, I'm telling you. Try to forget your semester system preparation. This is not semester. I'm telling you again and again. This is not semester. In semester, they have a tendency to pass you. But here, if you are getting zero, that doesn't matter for them. So try to focus whatever I'm saying. The system is very different here. সেটা ফলো না করলে তোমার খালি তাতে সময় নষ্ট হবে। ওকে, ঠিক আছে। চার্লস টেলরের কোন দরকার নেই, কোনো কোশ্চেন আসবে না বা ডিগ্রি করতে হবে। চার্লস টেলরের থেকে কোনো কোশ্চেন আসবে না। See, try to focus on the most important one. Important one means most relevant one, like Locke, okay, Rousseau, Mill, Bentham, Machiavelli. Next is Nozick and Gramsci. So these are very very important. They'll never ever ask from David Hume because he's not that kind of popular or something like that. You need to focus on the most popular one. Yes, yes. So বুঝতে পারলে প্রিয়াঙ্কা, বোঝা গেল আমি কি বলছি? সে ধরো দেখো আমি কাউকে কিছু বলছি তার মানে এই নয় আমি খালি তাকে বলছি। That is also applicable for each and everybody because we need to learn from other people's mistakes. Who wrote this? Chanukya in his book Arthashastra. We will never ever live for 150 years, so we have limited time span. So we have to learn from other people's mistakes, right? This is from the term which is basically taken from Arthashastra. So if you start your question answer in this way, you can catch the attention. So this is the way that we need to do. বোঝা যাচ্ছে? Suppose if they are asking question like ancient Indian political thought, if you are starting your question answer to the Chanakya's quotation, it will basically help you to catch the attention. এইভাবে করতে হবে, নাহলে হবে না। এমনি সবাই জানে ও চাণক্য সবাই পড়েছে, 11 পড়ানো হয়, তাই না? ব্যাপার বলো। তো দিস ইজ দ্য ওয়ে দ্যাট উই নিড টু ফোকাস। অনেকে বুঝতে পারলো আমার কথাগুলো আমি কি বলছি? ওকে, ঠিক আছে। সরলি বোঝা গেল তাই না? কি কি আমি বললাম? সো ট্রাই টু অ্যাপ্লাই দিস থিংস। ইয়েস, 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 দ্যাট ইজ বেসিক্যালি রিকোয়ার্ড। প্রিয়াঙ্কা, দেখো, বলো তোমার কি কি প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, ফলো দ্যাট। আর অনেকে তুমি নিশ্চয়ই বুঝতে পেরেছো আমি কি কি বললাম। So this is the thing that you need to focus. So I will start from the first chapter. Okay, and we will focus first. Okay, suppose we are focusing on, like, from this book we have Western political philosophy. Okay, now sir, should I focus on each and everybody? Answer is yes. We need to focus on each and everybody. বলো, সরি, কিছু বলবে? আচ্ছা প্রিয়াঙ্কা, শুনতে পাচ্ছ? দেখো আমরা এই বইয়ের ফার্স্ট চ্যাপ্টারে
হ্যাঁ
আছি।
স্যার,
ওকে,
শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
ক্যামেরা অফ করো না, ঠিক আছে? যা বলছি খুব ভালো করে শোনো আর রাইট ডাউন দিস থিংস। ওকে, মাইক অন কর, র্যাঙ্ক কর। So first of all, okay, Aniket, page number 1. Like, in which way sir I need to focus? As you basically told me, to buy this book. Sir, in which way I need to focus? Because there are so many topics. I have gone through many books in my last 3 years. So what I need to do right now? Okay, so right now we need to focus on the core issues. Like in which way? The way that I basically told you. So in this way, you need to scan each and everybody. Scan means the political thinker that we basically have. Okay. Now, like we are focusing on like Western political philosophy. First of all, we have Plato. See the system, like in which way they have written. So suppose if you are focusing on Plato, you need to recall the year in which year he was born, in which year he was basically died. So in the exam they will ask this. I'm telling you. Okay, so this is the thing that okay, so I'll make a story. No, whether you know or don't know. If you know, then you can get the number. Otherwise, minus is waiting for you. You should know these things, like in which year they basically born. Okay, and which country that they basically belongs to. Like okay, so Plato, 427 BC to 347 BC. So this is the date that he has basically born and died. Right now, what are the works that Plato has done? Like the Republic, which is published in which year? That is 386 BC. Try to focus on the system. Sorry, বোঝা যাচ্ছে? So we need to focus like in which year Republic was published. So in the exam they will ask this. In the exam they will ask in which year the Republic was published. Because we have these things in class 11. অনেকে দেখো আমাদের কোন মহাপত্র বইতে আছে। But we are not focusing on 11. We are focusing on last year. So they will ask in which year Republic was published. Okay. So this is the way. The statement was published in 360 BC. The laws in 347 BC. Okay. So this is the issue that we need to recall. Now, what are the issues that we need to focus? Like Plato's thought. That means from whom he is basically inspired of. We need to focus on that part. Like go through the point, we will basically got it. Like Pythagoras, okay, Socrates and all these people. So we need to focus on from these people. He basically got the influence. So we need to focus on this part. Next, what are the three things that he has done? That is the three line. Like virtue is knowledge, the theory of reality, and the theory of knowledge. So this is the all thing that is basically based on Plato. Like whatever he has done in his own line. So this is the three line that will help you to recall like what Plato has done in his line. Right? So this is the summary. So if you can recall the summary, you will be able to write down broad type question also. প্রিয়াঙ্কা, বোঝা যাচ্ছে কথাগুলো আমি কি বলছি? So we need to focus on the core issues. If you focus on the theory, okay, that will basically help you understand short format. পেজ বইটা আছে তো না তোমার কাছে প্রিয়াঙ্কা?
না স্যার, আমি বলতে চাইলাম।
তো বইতে তো আমি তোমাকে কিছু কবে কিনতে বলেছি, এরকম না কিনলে কি করে হবে? একটা তো কারণ আছে না, তার জন্য তো আমি বলেছি। কারণ দেখো স্যার, আমার তো ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থিওরি বই আছে স্যার, কিন্তু দেখো এই বই হচ্ছে এক্সাম ক্র্যাক করতে হবে। সো হোয়াট এভার ইজ রিকোয়ার্ড ইউ উইল ফাইন্ড দিস বুক। সো দ্যাটস এ বুক ইজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট। নাহলে তোমার ধরো প্লেটো পুরো বই ধরে পড়তে হচ্ছে, ধরো 40, 50, 60 পাতা রয়েছে প্লেটো খালি, তো বুঝে বুঝে কি বার করবো? তো এখানে সামারাইজ তোমার সেই হিসেবে করা রয়েছে। ঠিক আছে, সো ফোকাস করো। তো এখান থেকে এই জিনিসটা
ঠিক
দেখতে
আছে
হবে।
স্যার, আমি
তারপরে দেখো কোন বইতে কি কি জিনিস আছে। ওকে, দেখো সো দ্য রিপাবলিক অফ প্লেটো। তো রিপাবলিকের মেইন ইস্যু কি? এই দেখো এই টু লাইনে আমাদের কিন্তু এখানে রয়েছে দ্য রিপাবলিক অফ কনসার্নিং জাস্টিস। দ্য রিপাবলিক ইজ বেসিক্যালি টক্স অ্যাবাউট জাস্টিস এন্ড ল। Okay, so in one line that you can realize like Republic book is all about justice, nothing else. Then you can read the question answer, because in 10 to 11 institution, only one Jadavpur University is focusing on written exam, and except Jadavpur, everyone is MCQ. Every institution is basically MCQ based. So that's why if you focus on this kind of data, it will basically help us. Okay. অনিকেত, বোঝা যাচ্ছে কথাগুলো আমি কি বলছি? Okay, so now what is the ideas of Plato? That is dialogue and theory of forms, ideal state, rule of philosopher king, justice, education, communication. wives and property. Okay, so these are the main issues of Plato. So in this way, we need to focus on Plato for our yes, yes, বল। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। So this is the so we need to focus on the core concept, core word. If you have a clear idea regarding the core issue, core word, you'll be able to answer MCQ and the broad type question, and it will cover each and everybody. Each and everybody will be covered from this way. So we need to focus on this pattern. Next, we have basically like theory of forms, metaphysics, and the forms. These are the things that is basically important for our examination. Okay, nothing else. And sometimes, in the examination, they will ask quotation. In the examination, they will ask quotation. They will basically give you quotes and they will ask who basically told these things. So that's why we need to focus these things for our examination point of view. Okay, like Plato's theory of education. Okay, like the ethicism of the Spartan. Okay, so this is the thing that we need to follow regarding Plato. And one more thing, like highest okay the law, like what are the law system that he basically talked about, like communism and wives and property, what is the theory is all about. We need to focus on that things. Okay, and regarding yes, reasons for communism or wives, we need to focus on that part regarding labor. Okay, like unity in the state, they know about rights of the woman in Athens and state control system of temporary marriages. State basically control the marriage system, and also this is basically very very important. And in this time, we basically talk like regarding 5,000 people is basically required. Okay, for the state, and that is extremely. Sir, from where can we study all quotation from this book only or any book? In your book, like whatever book that you have studied, the Plato part, you will find out the famous quotation of him. Then you need to understand or you need to recall this. You need to write down this quotation. As I told you earlier, also like man is a political animal. It's basically world famous question of Aristotle, right? So they can ask like man is a political animal. Who asked this or who told this? অনেকে বুঝতে পারলে কি বললাম আমি? So sir, from where I'll get it? The books that you have studied in the last 3 years regarding Western philosophy or Western political thought, on that book only we'll get the quotation in Plato area or Aristotle area or Aristotle part. Then we need to focus on these things and write down this quotation in single page and paste it in your room wall. Like for each and every political thinker famous quotation. Then you'll be able to recall the whole stuff. Aniket, got my point? This is the system to recall each and everything. Aniket, বোঝা গেল? Shailin, Priyanka, got it? Because হ্যাঁ বলো Shailin.
স্যার
শুনতে পাচ্ছি না। তোমাদের সবারই কি কানেকশনের প্রবলেম? সবাই দেখছি ক্যামেরা, সবাই দেখছি এখানে মাইক অফ। যাই হোক কি বলবো, ক্যামেরা মানে কানেকশন আমার হাতে নেই। Next, so we need to follow the same pattern for Aristotle. Like in Aristotle, he was basically born in 384 BC and he was basically died in 322 BC. So whenever you are focusing on Aristotle, you need to know this date and from which country he belongs to and who is the teacher and who is the student. You need to know these things, Aristotle, Plato, relation. Okay, so that is very very crucial things that we need to focus. Now regarding the books, like what are the books that he has written, we need to follow this part. Okay, like Aristotle Politics is basically very very famous book. You need to understand these things. Okay, now regarding the ideas of Aristotle, like views of ideal state. Okay, classification, constitution of state, concept of slavery, views of citizenship, concept of property, concept of revolution, and views of justice. So these are the main system or the main issue regarding Aristotle. So we need to focus on these things in online, then you'll be able to answer each and everything. And regarding the basic features, we need to follow that part. And as I told you, you need to focus on like what is his point of view regarding slavery. Okay, regarding slavery, what is his point of view? Okay, he's basically a realist thinker and he has justified the slavery system as we have studied. So we need to focus on like in the examination they will ask whether who is in favor of slavery. Option A, B, C, or D. So we need to find out the right one. Yes, this one is basically focus on slavery and also we need to focus on this part. Okay, and that is extremely crucial thing. অনেকে বুঝতে পারছো কথাগুলো আমি কি বলছি? So this is the way that you need to focus. Okay, and that is basically required. And what he basically told regarding the like private property. Okay, we need to follow this part, like the crucial things. Like, sir, there are so many terms and conditions that we have in each and every political thinker. So what should I do? So that is whatever topic that we basically have in our syllabus for respective writer, we need to focus on that part. For respective philosopher, whatever topic that we basically have in our syllabus, we need to focus on that only, because question will be asked from this area, nothing else. ক্লিয়ার হলো অনেকের? বুঝতে পারলে কথাটা? সোহেলি, প্রিয়াঙ্কা,
হ্যাঁ
স্যার।
স্যার।
ঠিক আছে। সব দেখার কোনো দরকার নেই, অনেকে অনেক কিছু করছে, বাট দ্যাট ইজ নট রিকোয়ার্ড ফর আস। উই আর হিয়ার টু ক্র্যাক দ্য exam. So whatever is needed, I will focus on that part. So regarding this area, okay, we need to focus on the syllabus. Okay, so regarding related to our student, okay, so these are the topic that we basically have in our syllabus. Okay, so we need to focus on that one. Rest of the thing is useless for our preparation point of view. Okay, right now. Okay, so this is the system. Now we need to focus on the next part. Next we have basically Machiavelli. Okay, so Machiavelli, as I told you, try to focus on this pattern. Okay, শৈলী দেখো, এটা হচ্ছে ছাঁচ। ঠিক আছে, যেরকম দেখো ছাঁচ পিঠে বানায় না, এই ছাঁচ পিঠের ছাঁচ হচ্ছে এইটা। এই ছাঁচের উপর সবাইকে ফেলতে হবে, দেন ইট উইল হেল্প ইউ ফর এভরিথিং। বোঝা গেল? অ্যাজ ফার অ্যাজ ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল থট অ্যান্ড ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থট ইজ কনসার্ন। কথা বুঝতে পারলে আমি কি বললাম শৈলী?
হ্যাঁ, বুঝেছি।
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক
স্যার।
আছে, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এই হচ্ছে সেই শ্বাস পিঠে। তো শ্বাস পিঠে বানানোর যে ছাঁচ থাকে, এই হচ্ছে সেই ছাঁচ, এই ছাঁচের উপর ফেলতে হবে সব। Like regarding the philosophy, Western political thought and Indian political thought. So if we focus on these things, it will cover each and everything. Okay. Next, Machiavelli গেল। So Machiavelli যে জন্মেছে কবে, মরেছে কবে, ওকে কি বই কবে লিখেছে, কবে পাবলিশ হয়েছে, this is extremely crucial for our examination point of view. Okay, like the French art of war. Okay, the discourse on review. Okay, so this is the books that we have basically written, and you need to focus on the year, like in which year that book got basically published, and they will ask these things. Okay. Okay, so we basically got Chanako, the Indian Machiavelli, as we can see. So this kind of term they can ask in the examination. If the question is very simple. ওকে, যদি ওগুলো তোমার ইউজিতে আসে, পিজিতে দেবে না যে কাকে ইন্ডিয়ার মেকিয়াভেলি বলা হয়, ওসব 11 এর কোশ্চেন। ঠিক আছে, বাট দে নেভার এভার আস্ক দিস থিংস ইন ইওর পিজি এক্সাম। সো অনেকে বুঝতে পারছো কথাগুলো কি বলছি আমি? মাইক অন করো। সো দিস ইজ দ্য থিং দ্যাট উই নিড টু ফোকাস। Next, political ideas of Machiavelli: human nature, morality, and religion, estate and preservation, things regarding retention of power. So these are the data that we need to follow for our examination point of view. Okay, and we have a hyper obsession regarding Western philosophy. So definitely multiple question will be there in the examination. So we need to focus on these things. Okay. Next, we need to follow regarding yes, so regarding Machiavelli, these are the things that we need to focus. Next, we have Hobbes. Okay, so now regarding Hobbes, like they can ask like which year Leviathan was basically published. Okay, that is basically 1651. So you need to know these things. Okay, in which year Hobbes was born, 1581 to 1679. So this is the thing that you need to follow. Okay, so that was the time like that we are saying. Okay, so regarding like war, civil war in England, as I told you, some minutes ago, like glorious evolution in England, in which year that was basically happened. What was the situation of England of that time? We need to focus on this part. Okay, Priyanka, বলা যাচ্ছে কথাগুলো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
This is yes, yes, this is the thing that we need to focus. There is a book that is they keep it was published in 1642. We need to focus on that part. Leviathan was published in 1651. Da Honey, okay, this was published in 1658. So this is the data that you need to follow, and you will physically find like the books that he has published. So this is the list. So you need to focus on this part. Page number 21. Okay. This is extremely crucial, and what is basically like the point of view of us, like human nature, social contact, sovereignty, and rights and liberty. So these are the issues that we need to follow for our examination point of view. Next, regarding we have law. So regarding law, same pattern, which are born 1632 1704. Okay, he basically Okay, so regarding law, we need to focus on like essay of concerning human understanding, his letters on toleration. Okay, two treaties of comment. Two treaties of comment is very, very important. In multiple year, they have asked this question. If you just focus on previous year question, you will find this question. Okay, so try to focus on the book's name and their publishing year. So we need to focus. Next, we have like the influences of the life of law. Okay, as I told you need to focus on like the books he has written. Okay, criticized and inspired by whom? Try to focus for each and every writer. Only case he is criticized by whom and is inspired by whom. You need to recall these things, and this is very, very important. অনিকেত প্রিয়াঙ্কা বোঝা গেল? ধরো কোনো পলিটিক্যাল চিন্তা যখন আমরা পড়ছি, কার দ্বারা অনুপ্রাণিত হয়েছে এবং কি কি বই লিখেছে, এই জিনিসগুলো খুবই খুবই ক্রুশিয়াল ফর আওয়ার এক্সামিনেশন পয়েন্ট অফ ভিউ। ক্লিয়ার হলো? ঠিক আছে প্রিয়াঙ্কা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So these are the things that you need to focus. Like in influences of the genre, okay, like first stages of the civil government, discourses concerning government. So these are the book that is basically inspired of, which was published in 1683. So we need to follow in these way, like political ideas of law, human nature, state of nature, law, law, social conduct. So these are the concept that we have basically he basically published. Okay, next. Jaja Rousseau. Rousseau was basically there. Now regarding Rousseau, 1712 to 1778. Okay. So since see, they can ask Rousseau related things like because now we have a good relation with France. Okay. In order to counter USA, we are basically making good relation with France. Okay. So as we have a good relation with France right now, so we need to focus on these things in detailed fashion. Because why, sir? Because he was based on France. Try to see the connection. অনেকে বোঝা যাচ্ছে nowadays we are basically keeping good connection with macro, right? Macro based on which country? France. So we need to focus on like, what is happening right now. So regarding this video, we need to focus on the French, political thinker. So regarding the French political thinker, Rousseau is extremely famous throughout the world. So we need to click in this way. Okay. So this is the thing. Like it was born in Geneva 1712 and it's based on French family, as you can realize. So we need to focus on like discourse in the sciences of and art 1750. Okay, so these are the books name that they basically given. So we need to recall the year. Okay, year মাথায় রেখো স্যার মনে থাকছে না কি করবো দেখে দেখে লেখো দেওয়ালে পেস্ট করো বারবার দেখো there is no options except this ঠিক আছে শৈলী because this kind of question will be there and if they are asking broad question you need to write down these things then you can catch the attention যেমন এই ক্যান্ডিডেট এত ডিটেলসে পড়েছে যে কোন কোন রাইটার কি বই কবে লিখেছে তাও এ পড়েছে so in this way we need to create the impression in the written exam তাহলে কথাটা বুঝতে পারলেন so this is very very crucial thing okay অনেকে তো try to focus on always underline these things যখনই লিখবে বড় বড় করে আন্ডারলাইন করবে যে আমি জানি তুমি জানো সেটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট না তুমি যে জানো সেটা এক্সামিনারকে বোঝানো যে আমি জানি দ্যাট ইজ ইম্পর্টেন্ট বিকজ উই নিড মার্কস দিস ইজ অ্যাজ সিম্পল অ্যাজ দ্যাট এটা ক্লিয়ার
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ঠিক আছে সো দিস ইজ দ্য থিং that we need to focus like regarding political ideas of Rousseau like Romantic nature state of nature modern civilization general with social contract theory so these are the things that we basically have we need to follow this part regarding Rousseau. Okay. Next we have basic social contract is as I told you one is social contract. Jaspin. Jaspin means John Stuart Mill. Okay. John Stuart Mill is basically was born in 1806 and 1878 and he basically founded Indian Editorial Society and that is extremely crucial for the examination point of view. In examination, they have asked this question like on liberty. This is the book. It is published on which year? That is 1859. They have asked this question. So you need to understand these things. Okay. So try to focus on the book's name. That will basically help us a lot. Next. Regarding okay, so we need to focus on liberty things and all. Okay. And Mill's principle, okay, representative comments. These are the data that you need to focus. Next, regarding counts. Karl Marx regarding 1818 to 1883, as I told you detailed way in our previous session regarding Karl Marx, right? Like this ideology and all, like the property of philosophy, the Communist Manifesto. Okay, I have already shown you the books also. Okay, so this is the thing that people follow regarding Karl Marx and Engels. Okay, what are the things that he has basically published and in which year, like Das Capital. Okay, I told you this things right in our previous session also, like the books that he has written and all. So you need to follow this part. This is the way that you need to focus regarding our examination point of view from the Western political thought. অনেকের ক্লিয়ার হলো ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থটে কি কি আসছে বা কি কি ভাবে আমাদের ফোকাস করতে হবে কোশ্চেন থাকে বলার মধ্যে কোন কোন পলিটিক্যাল থিঙ্কার কার থেকে কি কি কপি করেছে বা নিয়েছে ইন্সপায়ার্ড হয়েছে ওকে সো উই নিড টু ফোকাস অন দিস থিংস যেরকম এই যে হেগেলের থেকে তোমার সেই হিসেবে নিয়েছে তো তোমার খেয়াল রাখা দরকার যেমন কারণে বলছি দেখো ক্রিটিসাইজ কার থেকে হয়েছে ইন্সপায়ার্ড কার থেকে হয়েছে টাইম টু ফোকাস অনেকে বোঝা গেল ওয়েস্টার্ন পলিটিক্যাল থিওরি আমি যা যা বললাম সেই হিসাবে ইম্পর্টেন্ট রাইট now I'll focus on like Indian political thought. So Indian political thinkers inspired by Western thinkers. No, not each and all of them. Okay, not each and all of them. Some political thinkers are inspired by the West, but you can't say like everyone is inspired or by West. Okay. Some political thinkers are basically inspired by West, but not everybody. Okay. See, as a student of political science, you need to be politically correct. Whenever you are, saying saying something, you need to focus. Like whenever you are saying something, you need to be politically correct. Political correct statement, it should be there. That is why. Okay. You can't say everybody, but some of them are. Regarding the modern Indian political theory, most of them are basically inspired, but not in the ancient part. Because in the ancient time there was the West concept was basically very, very different. Okay. So this is the thing that we need to focus. অনেকে বুঝতে পারলে জিনিসটা? Yes, I was asking the names of those who are inspired. Okay, I was asking the names. Okay, of those who are inspired. Okay, so you can say Gandhi and our national freedom fighter. There are many national freedom fighters those who are inspired by the Western point of view and Western French Revolution. Okay, from French Revolution, there are so many people who are basically inspired by French Revolution, liberty, equality, fraternity from this concept point of view. Okay. From American War of Independence, there are many political thinkers in modern India, those are inspired by this West political system. Okay, that we focus that we have in our syllabus. Try to focus on the like Gandhi is basically Tolstoy is basically inspired by Tolstoy and all. So we need to focus on this part. Gandhi, we have Gandhi in our syllabus, right? Got it? You got the answer, right? And I will tell you each and every one whenever we are focusing on Indian political thought. So now we are focusing on Indian political thought. I will tell each and every answer that you are basically saying. Okay, regarding Gandhi. Okay, so Gandhi was basically born 1869 and died in 1948. Okay, so we need to focus on like the important writing of Mahatma Gandhi, that is in Swaraj, Panchayati Raj, India of Dreams, My Experiment with Truth. So these are the things that he was basically inspired, or he has basically written, and he basically published in various newspapers, that is Young India, Harijan, and Navajivan. These are the newspapers that he was basically he has given his views. Okay, focus करो. That is extremely, crucial point. In Swaraj, this was basically published in 1909. In Swaraj. Okay, this is the only book that Gandhi wrote in Gujarati and translated himself. Okay, so that's why we need to, focus on this part. And the story of my experiment with truth. These are the books name that we basically have that we need to focus. Now, global days in the celebrate Gandhi. This is the famous course that we need to basically focus. Civilization in Hinsharas. Now, what are the principles that Gandhi basically focus like non-violence, autonomy, and individual sense of power among the people, strong and vibrant local communities, national unity, self-governing local communities. So these are the things that he is basically stands for. Okay, we need to focus on this part. He basically talks about Ram Rajya. মনে পড়ছে জিনিসগুলো অনিকেত প্রিয়াঙ্কা আচ্ছা এই কোথায় গেল সরি প্রিয়াঙ্কা রাম
হ্যাঁ
রাজ্য
স্যার।
অজি ব্যবস্থা বাংলাতে বলে মনে পড়ছে ট্রাস্টিশিপ সিস্টেম উই হ্যাভ দিস মনে করো মনে পড়ছে ইন থার্ড ইয়ার উই হ্যাভ অচি সিস্টেম যেটা বাংলাতে বলে ইন ইংলিশ উই কল ইট ট্রাস্টিশিপ সিস্টেম সো দিস আর দ্য থিং দ্যাট ইজ বেসিক্যালি ভেরি ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট ইন দ্য এক্সামিনেশন ইয়েস হ্যাঁ মনে করতে হবে তো এক্সামে ওই আসবে যা বলছি খুব ভালো করে শোনো ওকে সো ট্রাই টু ফলো দ্যাট পার্ট আদারওয়াইজ দেয়ার উইল বি প্রবলেম okay so these are the things that you need to focus for our examination point of view. Okay, so what are the books that he has written and in which paper he has basically published this as I told you Harijan. In examination they will ask in which year the Harijan newspaper basically published. স্যার আমি তো গান্ধীজির অহিংসা তত্ত্ব পড়েছি নন ভায়োলেন্স পড়েছি এগুলো তুমি জানি না তাহলে হয়ে গেছে দিস ইজ নট সেমিস্টার আই এম টেলিং ইউ দ্য সেম লাইন ইচ অ্যান্ড এভরি টাইম never mix these two preparation then there will be problem. Okay, so these are the things that you need to focus on from Gandhi. Okay, nothing else. Next, as I told you, like in which you are born diet. Okay, so what are the book that he has written? Okay, so these are the crucial data that you need to focus. And who killed Gandhi? Godse and Godse's yes. Why I killed Gandhi? Okay, so try to recall this book name and in which year that book got published. Write it down because nowadays it's in news. So I killed Gandhi by Nathuram Godse, right? So try to recall, like try to write it down, like in which year that book was basically published. So that is important. Why I am saying this, you can realize. Okay, so this is the thing that you need to focus. অনেকে বোঝা গেল কথা আমি কি বলছি? Okay, so we need to think in this fashion, and that is basically required. Okay, clear? Next, this is the data that you need to focus on from Gandhi. Now we need to focus on like Baba Sahib. Baba Sahib Ambedkar is extremely important for your examination point of view. Whether you are preparing for presidency, Jadavpur or any other institution, Baba Sahib related question will be there for each and everywhere. Okay, so in which year he was born? He was basically born in 1891 and died in 1956. Okay, so try to recall like 14th April 1891. Okay, we need to focus like what are the things that we have done regarding the books and all. Okay, we need to follow this part for our examination point of view. Regarding the books, okay, so try to make a separate note only for Baba Sahib because he has written so many books. Okay, so we need to write down these things at the year, and that is extremely crucial part for the examination. Like in the page number 53, you will get the book names. So try to recall each and everything because this is extremely important for your examination point of view. And they will ask this, I am telling you. They will ask these things in the examination. Okay, like caste in India, like alienation of caste. Okay, so we need to focus on this part because we have written so many books that we need to understand this part. Okay, otherwise there will be problem. Okay, so this I am telling you some problem also. Okay, so nowadays, we are basically talking about many kind of things. So this book is extremely, crucial for the examination point of view. So sometimes they will basically ask you, the book name and who wrote it. like the Readings in Hinduism by Baba Sahib Ambedkar. So this book is extremely crucial. Okay, so we need to focus on like partition of India. So in our signature, that the book are visually published. Okay, rise of the movement. Okay, they learn this kind of books and not doing trying to focus on each and every writing of Baba Sahib. Okay, that is extremely crucial for your examination point of view. What are the proof that he has written and which are the proof of this very published? Why I am showing you the book because it will help you to recall instantly. Okay, that is extremely crucial for our point examination point of view. Okay, after the examination, try to focus or try to read this book. It will basically help you. Ambedkar India, this very important book. Okay, by Baba Sahib. If you want to know like the real issue, you'll realize is Pakistan or the partition of India. Okay, by Baba Sahib, very important book. It will help you to realize the core issue. Okay, he is basically the pioneer figure for our RBI. RBI means Reserve Bank of India. Okay, he basically made each and everything how RBI will work in future. He basically made the blueprint. Okay, he means who? Baba Sahib. In his book the problem of the rupee will basically find these things instead of Indian currency and banking. অনেকে বোঝা যাচ্ছে প্রিয়াঙ্কা because in the examination they will basically ask you book name and they will say who know who basically published these things. So that's why you need to focus on this part. Okay? বোঝা গেল প্রিয়াঙ্কা অনেকে তাকে কি বলছি জিনিসগুলো প্রিয়াঙ্কা অনেকে so this is the this is the way that we need to basically focus. You can see the list, right? Alienation of caste. In the examination they have asked this. In the examination, they have already asked this in Bombay. Yes. Follow. Ha. In examination, they have asked this. Sir, semester to work already, then semester by us. Entrance alaba. So we need to focus on this way. You will find many people, those who are getting 70%, 60, 65 or 80% in their graduation, but they can't crack the entrance. Why? Because they don't follow the system. System is different. They have knowledge regarding the subject, but they can, you know, publish these things. Publish means they cannot say these things in detailed way. So that's why they can't do this thing. So we need to focus on this fashion, and that is required. Read this book; it will help you. Okay. In the examination, they have asked this things: alienation of caste. Who wrote this book? In which year? So that is in 1936. So this is the way that we need to focus. Priyanka, clear? কি বললাম আমি? Question এই আসবে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ঠিক আছে? So focus করো, নাহলে হবে না। Next, we have now we'll focus on third chapter. Political theory. Okay, so regarding these areas, sir, in which way they can ask basically question. Okay, so regarding the concept, they will ask the philosopher who basically coined which philosophy. Okay, and what are the books that they have written. We need to focus on that part. Suppose if we are focusing on liberty. So regarding the liberty, there are many political thinkers who are basically related with the liberty concept, like Jeremy Bentham, James Mill, John Stuart Mill, Robert Spencer, Hobbes, Locke. These are the political thinkers who are basically related this liberty concept. So, sir, should I focus on everybody? No. Those who have in our syllabus, we need to focus on them only. We don't need to focus on the other people, and that is basically very crucial. Like regarding the positive aspects of liberty, who are the prominent writer regarding Rousseau, Kant, okay, Hegel, and Lasky. So these are the famous people that we need to focus on as far as the liberty is concerned, and that is extremely crucial thing for our examination point of view. Okay, this is the system. Suppose we need to follow the same system for equality. So regarding the equality part, there are many authors who are basically very crucial, like Edmund Holmes, Freedom of Growth. It was published in 2016. Okay, one more thing. Okay, I basically forgot. Try to recall like the recent writer. Try to recall the recent writer who basically published book recently regarding politics, political science. Aniket, got it? Who is getting Sahitya Academy Award? 2024, 2025. Who is basically getting national award for something? What are the who we basically got national award? Who basically got Arjuna Puruskar, Arjuna Award? Got my point, Priyanka? Aniket, these are the questions are extremely important for your examination. What are the important political science related book was published in 2024 and 2025 in India and the West? Aniket, you got my point. Sir, what Babu? Just search karo. You will get it within 10 minutes. And write it down in single page and paste it in your room because question will be asked. Aniket, am I clear? Priyanka? Yes, yes, yes. ফোকাস এইখানে এর দেখো একটু প্র্যাকটিস ছাড়া অন্য কোনো সিস্টেম নেই ইউ নিড টু প্র্যাকটিস এগুলো কোনো বইতে পাওয়া যায় না but we need to practice so whatever I just told you, like the important books which are basically published in 2024 and 2025 we need to focus the important awards. Okay, we need to focus on that part in India and the world. Okay, so that is extremely crucial. Who basically got peace prize? Okay, so we need to focus on these things also. Nobel Prize and all. Okay. So try to focus. ঠিক আছে. Next, justice. So different type of justice: social justice, political justice, and economic justice. So as far as the justice is basically concerned, there are many political figures that we basically have. Okay, like Marx, for principle of communism, Locke, and more. Okay, so John Rawls' theory of justice. Okay, so veil of ignorance basically coined by whom? They can ask in the examination. That is basically Rawls. John Rawls is basically there. So we need to realize like in which year John Rawls was basically born and died. So in this way we need to basically focus. Very lot of ignorance and also basically find these things. What are the point group you has been? Next you have basically global justice laws 1999 Thomas Paine. This is not required for your exam because we don't have these things in our syllabus. Next we have sovereignty. Okay, sovereignty is basically very common concept by Jaboda. Okay, right? মনে পড়ছে Jaboda, we have these things in first sem. Okay, Jaboda. So Jaboda is basically 1532 1596. Okay, sixth book of the Commonwealth published in 1576. So try to focus on these things like regarding the sovereignty. Okay, Thomas Hobbes is basically there, and Leviathan is basically very very famous book as I told 30 minutes ago, which was basically published in 1651. So try to focus. They will ask this kind of things in the examination. This is the way that you need to focus regarding relative autonomy is basically very very common concept in our syllabus. Okay, we have these things. মনে করে দেখো প্রিয়াঙ্কা মনে পড়ছে relative autonomy by Pulenza. Okay, so he was 1936 to 1979. So this is extremely crucial for examination. অনেকে recall করতে পারছো? Can you recall these things like whatever I am basically saying? মনে পড়ছে জিনিসগুলো অনেকে সব ফার্স্ট ইয়ার সেকেন্ড ইয়ারে বলছি আমি।
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Yes, 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 yes. So these are the things that you need to focus. Next, we have basically citizenship. Okay, so as far as the citizenship is basically concerned, okay, from where this point is basically come. Okay, from which article to which article deals with the citizenship. So as far as the Indian Constitution is concerned, from Article 5 to 5, Article 11, it is basically concerns regarding the citizenship in India. So we need to focus on in this way. From Article 5 to Article 11 of our Indian Constitution deals with citizenship. So focus in this way. Okay, so try to focus on the important article and whatever we have in our syllabus. We need to focus on these things. Nowadays, constitution is in news. Why? কুণাল কামরা কনস্টিটিউশন নিয়ে চারিদিকে ঘুরে বেড়াচ্ছে, তার জন্য হঠাৎ কনস্টিটিউশন করাকে সবাই মনে পড়েছে। So they can ask question regarding the basic thing. I think you have seen the news, right? দেখেছো নিশ্চয়ই প্রিয়াঙ্কা। So constitution related question will be the article is extremely crucial for your examination. Try to focus on the article. Sir, আমার article মনে থাকে না, আমি কি করবো? দেখে দেখে লেখো, তারপর revise করো. There is no option regarding this part. Okay, so we need to focus on this part. Okay, so what type of citizenship? How many citizenship we basically have? Citizenship of what? Citizenship of acquiring the citizenship, laws of citizenship, global citizenship, universal citizenship. These are the defined part of citizenship. So try to focus. and what is the main difference regarding all of the citizenship try to focus, because we can see like the you know harsh reality in USA right now. Like people used to focus on green card. Okay, so if we get basically green card in USA, our life will be set. So people basically do many steps in order to gain the green card, but the system has changed. Correct? Recently, Donald Trump is basically published, I think, gold card or something like that, right? Like you need to, 36. I think you have seen the news, right, Monica? Monica, tell me, Priyanka. They will ask this question. Recently, Donald Trump basically published golden visa and all. Now, what is it all about? And what is the terms and conditions? So, in order to secure these things, how much you have to pay? How much you have to pay? দেখেছো অনেকে they will ask this question because USA is the most powerful country in the planet Earth as far as the defense is concerned. I'm asking regarding defense, not in other respect, because they basically spend nearly 950 billion US dollar per year as far as the defense expenditure is concerned. হ্যাঁ বলো। Yes, yeah. Yes. Question नहीं আসবে। রিসেন্টলি চলছে, আমি কালকে নিউজ পড়ছি। So if you don't focus on the news, সিট গেছে। প্ল্যানটা বোঝার চেষ্টা করো। এখন তুমি অ্যান্সার না করলে কোনো ব্যাপার না, বাট এগুলো রিভাইজ করো, হয়ে যাবে। We have enough time, right? We have, see, today is 29th only. We have exam on which month? July. So we have date. We have time. But whatever I'm telling you, you need to follow these things. Otherwise, there will be problem. I'm telling you. Okay. So try to focus. Now focus on Indian Citizenship Act. It was basically published in 1955. So what are the terms and conditions of Indian Citizenship Act? You need to follow this part. Because citizenship become a basically very important new nowadays. So you need to follow this part. Okay. Citizenship by birth, okay, citizenship by descent and all. Recently, you will find like in our city, in Kolkata or in Delhi, Bangalore, in each and every places, illegal Bangladeshi is basically there, okay, in each and every places. In Assam, illegal Bangladeshi Muslim is basically everywhere. So they basically got each and everything. So demography is basically changing. So definitely this is basically dangerous for our the security. For our security, so we need to focus on this part, like how we can solve the problem. So we need to follow this part. If they are asking question, we need to give proper answer. Got it? So try to focus on this kind of issue, like what is basically happening in each and every places. Yesterday we have seen riot in Malda, right? So we need to focus on like what is basically happening. বোঝা যাচ্ছে? Focus করো, okay?
আচ্ছা
Try to focus on newspaper. Focus on newspaper. State. Regarding the state, okay. So regarding the state theory that we basically have, okay. Yes, these are the data that we need to focus on this chapter. On chapter number basically 3. Regarding our Indian political culture. Okay, so in your syllabus, in your university syllabus, what are the Indian political thinker that you have basically? UN related question is extremely important because nowadays USA basically want to destroy each and everything, and we are basically want to make these things in a very clear fashion that we want to survive these things. We want to recover these things. USA is basically pull out from each and every institution nowadays, but we basically want the UNSC Security Council permanent member in future, right? So we are abide by each and every terms and condition by the UN. So you need to realize like what we need to do right now in order to make a stable condition in world politics. because war is basically happening, right? And if war is happening, it will basically dangerous for the economy. So we need to think in this way. So we need to follow this kind of data. Aniket, you getting my point? Nowadays, USA is basically, from Human Rights Commission, from each and every World Health Organization. Okay, US is basically following from each and every yes, every institution. So there is a blank place in this area. So what is happening? China wants to grab the this blank places. So in order to you know focus on our future, we need to take steps. So that's why nowadays we are basically focusing on our own institution. I think basically BRICS, right? BRICS is basically happening, and in past year, in the last year, the Mr. Vladimir Putin, he basically disclosed a thought for the local currency or the single currency for big quantities, and it became a huge news, in the world politics, right? So you need to understand this part because it will basically destabilize USA's economy. Why? Because USA got their sole power for their mighty US dollar. And if it was basically challenged, it's basically challenge their whole power game in world politics. So that's why we are taking steps to make a single currency for BRICS nation. Because BRICS consists third, one third people throughout the planet, right? More than one third people. So it's basically a huge market. I mean, we have huge power. China is there, Russia is there, India is there. So that will basically, challenge US's hegemony in world politics. So in which way we can take steps so they can ask this kind of tough question. অনেকে বোঝা যাচ্ছে as far as the IR is concerned, how we can take these things in future and we can challenge the US because US is basically pressurizing in each and every sphere. How, sir? Recently in social media, okay, in our country, they don't pay, tax. Previously, we were saying like you will tax 6% for your social media company. But in order to appease, Donald Trump, we basically, change the pattern. Okay. Otherwise, Facebook, Twitter, Google, WhatsApp, these companies are basically, earning billions and billions of dollars from India, but they are not, giving proper tax. So we are, taking steps in order to tax them, but we are basically waiting for the next step. Why? Because USA is, punished many countries by the tariffs. Tariffs war is basically happening. Only follow that. So try to focus. Okay, these are the data that you need to follow. This is basically happening nowadays. So I basically discuss these things with you. Priyanka, I think you have seen this kind of news, right? আচ্ছা এই কোথায় গেল আচ্ছা ও কোথায় বেরিয়ে গেছে ওখান থেকে আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ স্যার গ্রুপ ডে এক্স্যাক্টলি গ্রুপ ডে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে একদম ঠিক বলেছেন সো উই নিড টু ফোকাস অন দিস কাইন্ড অফ থিংস বিকজ ইটস বেসড অন IR. It's based on IR and 40 to 50 and sometimes 60% question will be kind of as based. Okay, so these are the things that are extremely, crucial for our preparation and we need to understand this part. এইভাবে কিন্তু ফোকাস করো কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স কিন্তু তোমরা কিছু লিখছো না ডোন্ট ইগনোর দ্য কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স দিস ইজ নট ফিজিক্স or chemistry or any other subject. ওকে আমি থিওরি পড়ে নিয়েছি আমার হয়ে যাবে ওইসব স্কিম এখানে হবে না in political science everything is related to current affairs because through the way each and everything is basically changing. And every day everything is basically changing. So we need to focus on these things, like what is happening. We need to connect the static portion with the current affairs and we will ask this kind of question only. As I told you earlier, those who are preparing for presidency or Jadapura's areas, they are already getting more than 70% in their graduation. So what else do you know? Do you have a clear idea regarding the subject? Do you have a clear idea like what is happening and how it is related with political science? Whether you know or don't know. If you know these things, you will be able to answer this kind of question. Otherwise, minus is waiting for you. It's as simple as that. So don't ignore the current affairs. That's why I told you, to write down current affairs on daily basis. Date দাও এইভাবে তারপরে দাগ কিন্তু ধরে তুমি সেই হিসাবে যে টপিক গুলো পলিটিক্যাল সায়েন্স সাথে রিলেটেড try to take the summary of that part. Because question will be asked in every institution. MCQ is there, but in Jadavpur they will ask essay type question regarding that issue. In Jadavpur they will ask, they can ask like, okay, so recently tariff war is basically happening. So should we tax the social media company and how it will basically challenge our sovereignty or security concern? Critically analyze these things. এখানে আইআর মিক্স করলো আর সিকিউরিটি পার্টও কিন্তু মিক্স করলো। কোশ্চেন বুঝতে পারলে অনেকে? এখন তুমি যদি কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স পড়া না করো, ও জীবনেও আমাদের এই জিনিস সিলেবাসে কিন্তু নেই, মানে আমার গ্রাজুয়েশনের বইতে কিন্তু নেই। বাট ইউ কান্ট সে স্যার দিস ইজ আউট অফ সিলেবাস, দিস ইজ ফিজিক্স কোশ্চেন। নো, this is political science question. Surely, are you getting my point? So they can ask this question. So if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
follow the current affairs, you'll never able to do these things. Because this is security related question. And security is related with our IR. IR means international affairs, right? They are asking, a sovereignty related question is also basically related with the IR related things. And these are the new colonial era that we are basically we are in right now. These are the new East India company that you can say, like this Facebook, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, you can say. These are the new colonial power. তুমি যখনই কিছু সার্চ করছো গুগলের সাথে সাথে অ্যামাজনে খবর পেয়ে যাচ্ছে। অ্যামাজনে সার্চ করার সাথে সাথে হ্যাঁ শৈলী এটা সার্চ করেছে, অনেকে এটা সার্চ করেছে, সাথে সাথে চলে আসে। কি করে? বিকজ দে হ্যাভ ইউর ডাটা। তুমি ইন্ডিয়ানে তোমার ডাটা ফরেন কোম্পানি রয়েছে, সে ডাটা সার্ভার কোথায়? ইউএসএ। বোঝা যাচ্ছে? আমি এক লাইনে বললাম। So I think you got it. So this is the thing that you need to know and you know writing. This is the example you realize that yes, this candidate basically knew the things like what is happening. So that's why we need our own Amazon. That's why we need our own Google. Indian CEO বসিয়ে না। হ্যাঁ আমার পাড়ার ছেলে ইন্ডিয়ান সিইও হয়ে গেছে গুগলে, তাতে কি হয়? পয়সা কে দিচ্ছে? কোম্পানির মালিক কার হাতে? ইউএসএ গভর্নমেন্টে তোমার আন্ডারে কাজ করছে। ইন্ডিয়ান সিইও হয়ে গেলে আমরা লাফালাফি করি। But we need our own Google to write these things in your answer. Then the examiner will realize that yes, this candidate got it. সবাই ক্লিয়ার হলো কথাগুলো কি বলছি আমি?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, কিন্তু মাঝখানে ছিলাম না তো বুঝতে পারছি না ঠিক কি সূত্রে কথা
ঠিক আছে, রেকর্ডিং দেখে নিয়ে বোঝা যাবে কি বলবো। অনেকে তো বুঝতে পারলে না, এই হলে উনি টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দিস থিংস and we need to write these things, and that is basically required. বই রাইটিং সবাই জানে, but when you add this kind of extra thing, then the examiner realize that yes, this candidate basically gone through the data, and he basically knew what is happening, and that will basically help us to get the highest mark in the entrance, whether it is essay or whether it is paragraph. And when you have the data, then you'll be able to answer unseen comprehension related question, because we have unseen comprehension in each and every institution. Okay, so that's why it is extremely crucial. যেহেতু প্রিভিয়াস ইয়ার কোশ্চেন কথা বলছে, সিইউটি খুললে বুঝতে পারবে সিইউটি এক্সামে আনসিন আসছে, অন্যান্য জায়গায় শর্ট আনসিন আসছে, যাতে পুরো আনসিন আসবে 5 লাইনের আনসিন, তার থেকে 4খানা কোশ্চেন। সোশ্যাল ফর হুইচ এরিয়া দে লাক্স আনসিন, দ্যাট ইজ কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স। সো দিস আর দ্য থিংস। হ্যাঁ, তো এই না বলে হবে না, এগুলো আন্দাজের জিনিস না। If you don't have the idea, then there will be a problem because minus is there. So try to focus on the current affairs and the terms and conditions, like whatever I am saying. Try to apply these things. বেশি বুঝলে সমস্যা, I'm telling you, বেশি বুঝলে সমস্যা। So whatever I'm telling you, try to focus and try to apply these things. And whatever you are reading, write it down. Don't focus on or don't be hyper obsessed regarding any topic. স্যার আমার ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল খুব ভালো লাগে, আমি খালি ওই পড়বো, ওই করলে সমস্যা। Because question will be asked from each and every part. There are 8 parts that we basically have, right? So question will be asked from every part. So you need to focus on each and every topic. whether it is Indian political thought, Western political thought, comparative politics, each and everything. So don't be hyper obsessed regarding any topic. Then there will be problem. প্রিয়াঙ্কা বোঝাতে পারলাম আমি জিনিসটা? সাহিলিন?
হ্যাঁ স্যার বুঝেছি।
ঠিক আছে, ওকে। আর যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন কোয়ারি বা কনফিউশন থাকে আমাকে বল। নেক্সট দিন হচ্ছে আমরা আইআর থেকে আমরা স্টার্ট করব চ্যাপ্টার নাম্বার 4 থেকে international relation. As far as the Indian political thought is concerned, we will focus on the other people like whatever is basically left. So if you have any question, confusion or query regarding any issue, tell me.
স্যার কি বলবো, কি কাজ থাকবে পরের দিনে?
কি কাজ থাকবে তো চ্যাপ্টার ওয়াইজ এভাবে পড়তে থাকো। এটা তো ওয়েস্টার্ন বলে ইন্ডিয়ানটা তোমার পড়তে হবে এইভাবে পড়ে। ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটিক্যাল থট তো আমরা শুরু করলাম, তাই না? তো যেরকম গান্ধী নিয়ে আমরা সেইভাবে শুরু করলাম, বাকিগুলো আমরা আস্তে আস্তে করবো। আর যেভাবে বললাম ওটা তো চ্যাপ্টার ওয়াইজ গেল। আর পরে হচ্ছে থাকবে কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স। কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স রেগুলার ওয়েতে প্রতিদিন করতে হবে। কোনগুলো যেগুলো ঘটছে রেগুলার, which is related with political science, নিউজপেপার থেকে রেগুলার করতে হবে। because they will ask MCQ from this, they will ask paragraph from this, they will ask answer combination from this kind of affairs. চলে বুঝতে পারলে? ডেট ওয়াইজ যে আজকে এইভাবে নিউজপেপার, ফিজিক্যাল নিউজপেপার নিয়ে, বিকজ বিফোর দ্য এক্সামিনেশন ইউ হ্যাভ টু গো থ্রু দিস। পিডিএফ দিলে তা হবে না, সব হারিয়ে যাবে, ও কাজে দেবে না। বুঝতে পারলে? আর কি নিতে হবে সেটা তো আগে থেকে বলেছি না, তোমার সেই সময় গানের নিউজপেপার। প্রিয়াঙ্কা ক্লিয়ার হলো? ওয়ার্ক হার্ড, ঠিক আছে? এখানে হার্ড ওয়ার্ক ছাড়া কোনো বিকল্প নেই। ট্রাই টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। In UG, everyone is new, but in PG, already 60%, 70%, 90% seats are reserved. Try to understand. Okay? Never forget these things. Because 60%, 70% seats are already reserved. So, work hard. ঠিক আছে? অনেকের, am I clear? কোনো কোশ্চেন আছে বলো? কিন্তু সারা ক্লাসে না মাইক অন করলে না ক্যামেরা অন করলে কিছু বুঝতে পারলাম না। চেক করে করো। আর ধরো বাড়িতে যেখানে তোমার কানেকশনটা ভালো থাকে সেখানে গিয়ে বসো, ঠিক আছে? সেখানে গিয়ে বসে ধরো যেখানে ভালো কানেকশন পাও দেন, তাহলে সুবিধা হবে। নাহলে তোমার কোথায় কোথায় প্রবলেম হচ্ছে আরো আমি প্রপার ওয়েতে তোমার উপর ফোকাস করতে পারো। ট্রাই টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড, ঠিক আছে? নেক্সট দিন থেকে ওটা কিন্তু দেখো। ধরো তোমার বাড়িতে যেখানে ধরো তোমার ভালো কানেকশন আছে, ঠিক আছে? তো তাহলে সেই হিসাবে বসে সেখানে পরিচয় নিয়ে বসো, দেন তাহলে কানেকশন বেরিয়ে আসছো। আর সবাই এমনি আপডেট করে দেখো, তাহলে প্রবলেম হবে। আচ্ছা, কোনো তাহলে কোয়ারি নেই নাকি? আচ্ছা, মনে হয় কোনো কোয়ারি নেই। ওকে, ঠিক আছে। সো আই থিঙ্ক ইউ বেসিক্যালি গট ইট এন্ড এভরিথিং লাইক হোয়াটএভার উই হ্যাভ বেসিক্যালি ডিসকাসড ইন টুডেস সেশন. So we'll start the rest of the Indian political thinker in our upcoming session. And whatever I just told you, try to focus and try to write down each and everything in this fashion. And whenever you are writing, Priyanka, Swahili, Anike, write down how many words that you have written and how much time that you have consumed to write this thing. Because we don't have 3 hours. Okay, we have 1 hour 30 minutes. So we need to be very focused in our watch. So বাড়িতে যখনই কিছু লিখবে সহেলি হাতে ঘড়ি পড়া থাকবে, otherwise there will be problem. Sir, smart watch না, আমার স্মার্ট ওয়াচ আছে না। We need basic one, analog watch, because they will never ever allow smart one. Got it? ঠিক আছে? হ্যাঁ প্রিয়াঙ্কা, যখনই কিছু লিখবে বা লিখে প্র্যাকটিস করছে, যা কিছু লিখবে হাতে ঘড়ি পড়া থাকবে। আর টাইম ওখানে নিচে লিখে দেবে যে কতক্ষণ ধরে তুমি লিখেছো, আর উপরে লেখা থাকবে কি কতগুলো ওয়ার্ড লিখছি। নাহলে এক্সট্রা লিখবে, এইভাবে কাটবে, এইভাবে ধরে কাট করো, ঠিক আছে? এখানে কোনো আর ঠিক আছে লিখেছে একটু এত কষ্ট করে 2 লাইন 2 পেজ 2 দিলাম না, অসব স্কিম নেই এখানে। সো দে উইল ডু দিস থিং। সো whenever you are practicing, you need to write down like how many words are there. If you are doing these things every day, then you can realize like, okay, so how many words that I have written. ঠিক আছে? কারণ এক্সামে তোমার ওয়ার্ড লিমিট দেওয়া থাকবে। সাইলি,
বাংলায় লিখে পাঠাবো তো?
শুনতে পাচ্ছি না, কি বলছো?
বললাম বাংলায় তো লিখে পাঠাবো।
হ্যাঁ, বাংলায় লিখবে অবশ্যই। তুমি বাংলাতে লিখবে, বাংলায় লিখবে, ঠিক আছে? দেখো এখানে আমি কোন ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ লিখেছি ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার, কনসেপ্ট ম্যাটার করছে এখানে। কনসেপ্ট দেখে নেবে, ঠিক আছে? আমরা বাংলা এক্সাম দিচ্ছি যখন তখন বাংলা হবে, ঠিক আছে? তো সেইখানে দেখো এখানে আমি ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে সব করতে যাচ্ছি না, এখানে আমি কনসেপ্ট দেখাতে যাচ্ছি। আমি বাংলায় পড়তে যাচ্ছি না, না ইংলিশে পড়তে যাচ্ছি, আমি পড়তে যাচ্ছি পলিটিক্যাল সায়েন্সে। সো কনসেপ্ট উইল হেল্প ইউ টু গেইন দ্য সিট, ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ না। ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ কারা দেখবে? যে বাংলা নিয়ে পড়বে, যে ইংলিশ নিয়ে পড়বে। They're looking for political science. So concept is the prime thing. ঠিক আছে, চলো তাহলে আশা করি বুঝতে পেরেছো। ওকে চলো, সি ইউ ইন দ্য নেক্সট ক্লাস, উইচ উইল বি হেল্ড অন নেক্সট উইক। টিল দেন টাটা।